Oh yeah, I mean I felt good. Just get back out there with the guys. You know, obviously training camp we going against each other day in and day out. Um, we played them a few days ago, so we made a lot of adjustments just from that game, especially on defensive end of how we wanted to play and our style of basketball. And, first off was us getting back on defense. So I thought we did a good job of going from one game to the next. Obviously, we had different guys, myself and Joel, playing out there today, but our energy was good, our intent was good, and we played a pretty well-rounded game there today.
I guess what have you seen from Maxey and Milton? Started different games, but they seem to be running the point for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, two guys been going at it, training camp, competing. Both are huge pieces to our team. Both are different type of guards as well. But I think overall we need both those guys to be confident to play their game. Whomever starts, it is what it is. But those are two guys that are important to our unit. Shake his ability to shoot the basketball, and playing pick and roll, and Tyrese's ability to use his speed and get downhill. Both guys are young players that continue to gain experience. But day in, day out, they know what's expected of them. They come to work, and now we're in a position where either one of them and both of them have to step up for our group. So, they're up for the challenge as well.
When you talk about them being different styles of players, like how does that change for you or for the rest of the starting group depending on who's in there on a particular night?
It's just for us to figure it out, really, like us to determine the flow of the game, how we're going to play. But one thing stands is that we know as a team our defense is going to fuel our offense. We also know that the way the ball moves is a huge factor to how successful we're going to be. So allowing the ball to pop around the court. We know we can get into isolation situations, but really the gist of what we've been working on in training camp is allowing that ball to move around, playing off each other, allowing that to be our system of basketball. We know playoff basketball, everything gets tied down, and you get the ball in your spots. But overall, if we can learn how to play off each other and have a lot of ball movement and body movement, that makes us a stronger team.
That's what I was going to ask you. Mm-hmm. It seems like that ball movement is a way to helping them out. Like everybody's as a collective effort.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to guard. You look at some of the teams that have done it through the years, Golden State Warriors, San Antonio Spurs, those type of teams have, even Utah as a team has a lot of good ball movement as well. But going up against those teams, those are hard offenses to guard. So we know that, combined with myself and Joel getting the ball in our spots out there and being able to isolate and score as well, it is a 1-2 punch. So the more we can do it, the more we can engrave it into our offense, and the more trust we have as a whole group of doing it and buying into it is only going to make us a better team. And you saw it tonight just out in transition, us getting the ball up and down, letting our defense create offense. And we had a lot of them that we didn't make as well, so that's a positive for us.
Isaiah, Doc talked about the player development with you, like putting the ball on the floor more. Do you feel like that's changed from last year? Or you maybe have gotten a little bit better at that?
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing I've always been working on, aside from my shooting. I've always worked on my ball handling, because you never know when you're going to have to put the ball on the floor, either create for yourself or other teammates. Like Tobias said, we really predicate our game on moving the ball, so that comes with attacking, getting to the lane, and spraying out to other people. So that's one thing I've really been working on.
Can you also talk about your defensive mindset? I mean, there was 2 defensive possessions. You were Game 7 in the NBA Finals with the D. I mean, your mindset on that side of the ball.
Yeah, I always predicate my game on my defense, because I'm already undersized. People think they can, abuse me on the defensive end, and so I really got to step up to the plate and really take pride in defense. And I really think our team as a whole really, like Tobias said, we get our points from our defense, and I'm not going to come in the game and be a liability.
Tobias, when you talk about defense bread and butter and leading to offense. Just what do you feel like is going to be kind of the centerpiece or the bread and butter of your defense this year, especially with someone like Ben, at least right now, not here, and the versatility and size that he used to bring, like just not, at least not being there right now?
From the start of it, it's just a collective effort. We're going to obviously depend on how our matchups go with other teams. Sometimes we may be undersized, but at the end of the day, we got to use our communication, our versatility out there on the floor, and we got to try to exploit some matchups that we can get at. We know we have one of the best bigs in the game defensively, so that helps us out a lot. But the length that we do have out there, and when we get guys like Matisse out there, Danny Green, Seth, we have to be smart. So it's going to be a collective effort, but we have enough defenders to be able to defend at a high level, create havoc, get turnovers, speed teams up. We'll still be a very good defensive team with the schemes that we have and the size and the length that we do have and versatility.
How about the identity, Tobias, of your team? Do you need your identity to be a little different than last year? Do you think, or is that a kind of work in progress, or what do you think there?
Yeah, it's a work in progress. I mean, we know if we had to look at the identity, it's definitely going to be a team that's going to play as hard as they can. Defensively, we got to be locked in, focused. We got to be together, a collective group. And at the end of the day, too, offensively, as we touched on, we got to be a team that trusts each other, plays with one another, allows that ball to hop around, and make plays for the next guy. I mean, we've gone through it in training camp. We've seen it tonight. We did a really good job of getting to the paint and kicking the ball out, and that's one thing that I think we've struggled with in training camp prior to this, and I thought we did a good job of that.
As a vet, what do you think about how Isaiah has started his preseason thus far?
He's doing a great job. I mean, I know he's sitting right next to you, but he's very, very humble with the way that he works, and comes in every day. Probably gets up the most shots of anybody on the team, but. I think if you ask everybody in the room about Isaiah, they had nothing but positive things to say. And he just goes out there and plays his game, solid as ever, offensively and defensively, as you're seeing. And, as he continues to play and gain confidence, more things are going to come on the horizon. So, he's done a great job all throughout training camp and even in the 2 games that he's played.
Isaiah, how's Tobias been for you as a vet?
He's been great. I mean, he tries to sound good because I'm sitting right here next to him, but he doesn't have to lie. No, I'm messing around. But Tobias is a great vet. He's been a great vet since last year. As soon as I got here on the team, he's given pointers from day one, and I really appreciate that. He really helps bring a team together, and I think that's one thing we really need, especially this year. As you can hear him talk, he knows everything that's going down at all times. He knows where everybody needs to be. And as we're going through this, working on different schemes, moving the ball, working on different defensive schemes. He's the head of it all. So without Tobias, he's kind of the head of the snake. It'll be hard.
Thanks, guys.
For that, I'm a cash app him some money.